Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, before we jump into this, because this is a extension from the video about men with wandering eyes. And I saw some comments from ladies. I try to respond to some of them, but I didn't get to go through all of them. But I just want to do another video on this because I feel like a lot of women just still don't get it. And the thing about it is it's not about the man who looks, nor is it really about the woman who looks. It's really about you and your disposition. And it doesn't matter. Like one of the young ladies said, we are two different beings. Before I get into that, remember, pause the video or after the video, go to Tony Gaskins Academy. Mark your calendars for November 29th. So that's the Black Friday sale. The new courses, 7 new courses. They're not available before, but November 29th, 10 a.m. Be ready. We're going to shake up the world. And this is from one of the subscribers, not a Blessed Tribe member, say, we are two different beings. However, I personally feel it's disrespectful because the root of a man looking is to lust. And at the end of the day, it's a lack of self-control. The root of a man looking at a woman is not to lust. The root of a man looking at a woman is because he watches his surroundings. He watches his environment. I hate to bust y'all bubble, but there honestly today isn't a lot of women to lust after. Like when you think about, like, picture the perfect shaped butt. Like, and think about this as a man or a woman. Picture a perfectly shaped butt. And I want you to go outside. I want you to go to Starbucks, go to the mall, and I want you to walk around and I want you to look at every person. You could sit down in the mall and look at every person and see how many perfectly shaped butts you'll see. You might see 5 out of 100 people. It's not a lot to lust after, but as men, we look at every single person. Like, I'm walking through the airport and guys are stopping me. Hey, you Tony Gaskins. I'm a man. Why are you looking at me? Because men look at everybody. So if you get caught up and you are thinking that every woman a man looks at, he's lusting, you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. But really what that comes from is an internal comparison. It's if you don't like your butt, if you don't like your stomach, if you don't like your nose, if you don't like your ears, if you don't like your eyes, you have an insecurity within you that makes you assume that your partner, male or female, that everybody they look at is being looked at for them to lust, when that's not the case. Like, I honestly will look at a woman who has one of those, I've been seeing people make content of it. It kind of looked like a booty in the front, to where, like, you know, when she pull her pants up and the zipper part, it slits through her stomach and it separates it. And so it looked like a booty in the front. I honestly will look at that woman harder and longer than a woman with a perfect body. And so now, am I lusting after her? No, it's just very interesting build. And I'm like, that is interesting. And then I'm processing and I'm thinking like, okay, I wonder, how does that happen? Like, I wonder, is it like a genetic thing? I wonder, is it like what I heard about, like where you eat something and it doubles or triples in your body? Or I wonder, did she go through depression? I wonder, is her mom and dad like that? Like, I wonder what she went through that got her to that build. Like, I wonder, you know, was she taken advantage of and it sent her on a downward spiral? Was she bedridden? Did she have a surgery? And so I'll look at a woman like that longer than a woman with a body, with a perfect body. So now it's like, so then what do you say to your man? Oh, that's okay. But what if he watch porn of bigger women and you don't know that? And he looking at this woman who has this body and he's actually is lusting because that's his fetish. Women that's built like that. But because of your own personal insecurity and you don't think her body looks better than yours, you let him look at her. And y'all might talk about her, y'all might laugh at her, you might join in. Oh, you see her, you see how she look. Ooh, why she got that on? I would never wear them jeans if I was shaped like that, or I would never do this. And you sitting there talking about his fetish. And you don't know that he got into big woman porn when he was 15 years old. But because of your own personal beliefs and your own insecurities, you assume that this woman is not better than you. She don't look better than you. So it's okay for him to look at her. But then you see this woman who you think has a perfect body and you cutting your eyes. You looking to see if he gonna look. You looking to see if he gonna look. And then you could look at him the whole time. You about to walk into the wall. You about to walk into the wall because you looking over him the whole time. You done hit a pole, you done trip because you watching him the whole time and you see him look down at his phone and he stay on his phone and he's scrolling. Because he know, he done already seen her 50 yards away, already got his lust in. He seen her before you seen her. He done already lusted, he done already did everything already. And just because you looking, you don't see him look. So now he get credit for not looking. And he done already seen her. It's a lose-lose battle. You can't win this battle when you dealing with a creature that is created to protect, to go to war and win. A man gonna see every single human within 180 degrees of him, and some men every now and then scan behind them so that they know what's around them 360 degrees. Pay attention to it and realize it and understand that that's a futile battle for you to fight internally, to worry about what your man is looking at when you could be worrying about your body and getting in shape and worrying about yourself and worrying about what you doing in your relationship and worrying about how you bringing it and who you are, instead of losing joy to worry about, is this look a look? Is this a look, or is this a lust look? Is this a normal look? Or is this a lust look? And now you sitting there and you stressing, you wondering, you can't even take in the scenery. You can't even embrace, you can't even get no good oxygen because you trying to decipher, is this look of lust or a normal look? Because guess what? Once a man figure you out, if he's a luster, he gonna look at a woman just like this. He could be having unprotected with her in his head, and he gonna look at just like this. Because he done learn that you pay attention and that you, and if he look like, he done learn what you respond to. So now he, then, or he had, when y'all out and about, he got his sunglasses, he got his shades on. Now he done got the blue blockers. They got the shade on the side of it. Cause you so nosy, cause you always looking. So now he looking, and now you trying to lean forward and look through the front of it to see if you see where his eyes going. Can you take your glasses off while we out here? For what? The sun out. I just want to see something. Can you take your glasses off? Look at the energy you expending. Look at the life you losing. Fighting a battle that ain't worth fighting. And that's what you got to realize. And I don't think it should be normalized, because let's be real, a man would have a fit every time his woman looks at another man. It's like, why are you caring about what a man would have a fit about? And if a man would have a fit about it, then when he looks at a woman and you look at a man, you might be looking at a man cool shoes. Then you able to say to him, you know, why are you assuming that I'm looking at this man lusting when I could be looking to see what Christmas gift I'm gonna get you? Like, that's very low level of you as a man. It's very insecure as you as a man, because you have eyes too. And I know that you see women. Yeah, I see women, but I don't look at them. Okay, I see men, but I don't look at them. Yeah, I look at women, but I don't lust. Okay, I look at men, but I don't lust. So what are we arguing about? The purpose of this is to get your relationship to the next level. and to realize that you losing life, you losing sleep, you losing joy, you losing peace, trying to decipher and figure out what your man is looking at or what your woman is looking at, and whether this look is a normal look or a look of lust. That is stupid. That is childish. That is immature. I have been right there with you, guilty of it. Losing peace, losing joy, can't even have no enjoyment. And somebody was, here's another lady, she was honest about it. She said, I can't with Tony, but I look at women and their bodies every day. I'm not gay, but if I see a nice looking woman, I'm going to look. I dated a man that swore I was looking at a man, and he would go off on me about said man. I cannot ever remember that I was actually looking at a man. I'm just not wired that way. It annoyed me and turned me off when he accused me of something I wasn't doing. You see what I'm saying? The same way that she felt about that, that's the same way a man feel. Because a man could come to a place to where he just looking at people, and he looking and he's studying outfits. He it's certain types of nosy to where he watched how a person walk. He looking at their hand, he looking at their purse, he looking at just whatever. It just, some men and women are just people watchers and just nosy. But what I'm noticing is, see, a little bit of leaven is the whole lump. And the reason why I'm addressing this minute thing, because this turns into resentment, and that bleeds over into the quality of the conversation. Then that bleeds over into the quality of the cuddling. Then that bleeds over into the timeline of the marriage. And then that bleeds over into the love making in the marriage. Like, everything affects everything. And what we have to do is go to a place to where we can be mature and we can focus on controlling what is controllable, and not trying to decipher between, is this a normal look or is this a look of lust? Because you're going to get played with that too. And if you just turn your whole head to look at your partner, male or female, to see if they're looking, they're not going to look. So because you can't just turn your head to see if they're looking, you're going to then be looking a little bit a few times, but they see you out your peripheral. They could see when your head turns, so they know when to look at their phone, when to look away, when to look this way or that way. They already know. So you still losing, but now you tired. Now you stressed. Now you drained. Now you worried. Now you can't even pay attention to what you're supposed to be paying attention to. You can't even enjoy the outing because now you're doing recognizance to see what your man is looking at, what he looking at, what he talking about, what he got going on, this and that, this and that. So it's just like, now y'all could be holding hands and laughing, but every woman you see is still a little bit of your joy. Your joy gets stolen. You sitting there and you like, man, is he looking at her? Is he looking at her? Is he looking at her? And so it's not about whether you want to normalize somebody looking. That's going to be normal whether you want it to or not. We don't have the power on this little YouTube channel with 10,000 views of video to normalize anything. It's going to be normal whether you like it or not, because that's human nature. Humans are nosy. Humans look, and some humans look and lust. That is normal. Normal does not mean right. So just because it is not right does not mean it's not normal. And it does not mean that it's not going to be normal whether you like it or not. That's not going to be something that you can change. You're not going to be able to change that in a person. And guess what? It's just like when my wife always make this example of parents who don't let their kids have candy. And like they want to feed their kid all natural food, like all like raw vegan almost. And the kid can't have candy. The kid can't have soda. The kid can't have, processed food. And then when they come over to our house, so they come to a family that can have processed food, that can have candy, that can have soda, they'll literally have 3 Coca-Colas. They'll have 3 Coca-Colas. They will want instead of a 8-count Chick-fil-A nugget, they want 16. They want 16 nuggets, both things of fries, and 2 Cokes. And it's because their parents just feed them all natural food. So they eat so much bad food to the point where at school or at a friend's house that they get sick. Whereas our kids, because they could eat what they want to eat, but it's in moderation, when they get a whole bunch of candy, they don't even eat the candy. Because they can have candy, it's not forbidden fruit. So they're not even impressed with candy. They don't even want the candy. They have all this candy. You go to school on Halloween, they give everybody candy. The next day, everybody, you go in any store, they giving out candy. My kids have these big bags of candy, don't even eat the candy. I be in the doggone eating the candy. Guess what? My son can have Coca-Cola. You know what he order? Water, bottle of water. Because it's not restricted. So it's like you have to think about that. So when you take and you become the eye police of your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you the eye police, you trying to see what they looking at, what they looking at, what they looking at, what they looking at, what they looking at. Guess what? When they not with you, because they have been so policed and they've been so restrained, not only are they going to look at the opposite sex, but they're going to walk up and strike a conversation up. They might even get the phone number because they've been so controlled and so suppressed. But when you can be confident and you're not worried about what they're looking at, when you see somebody attractive of the opposite sex of your partner and you look away, you look at your phone and you give them complete free reign to look if they want to look. Like if I see a tall guy, tattoos, muscle, he look like what women describe on their list, I don't look at my wife. I walk right on by. And if she want to look, but guess what? She'll be straining and about to break her neck not to look because I'm not saying nothing. So she cognizant, she mindful. But then if I say something, then it'll give her a reason to be disgusted. Give her a reason to be turned off. Give her a reason to feel controlled. Give her a reason to feel like to get mad. Give her a reason to. And the thing about it is, if I bring it up, she could have really not been looking. But now I just lost aura points, cool points, because I was so insecure about this other man. And she hadn't even seen the man. The same thing goes with a woman. If you so insecure about another woman, and if your man is looking or not, you look less attractive. Because that other woman, she just minding her business walking through the mall. She not studying you. She ain't studying you. So she minding her business. So guess what? Now she got aura. Now she sexy. Now she classy. Now she what your man want because you are a negative Nancy, because you insecure Betty. Now you just sitting, now you so worried, you so bothersome, you so unpeaceful because what are you looking at? And he like, I'm just walking. What do you mean what I'm looking at? I seen that girl and I seen you looking at her. What are you talking about? Who are you talking? I wasn't even looking at anybody. I got a $1,600 bill due tomorrow, and I got $239.56 in my account. I'm just walking, and that's what I'm thinking about. Who can I call? What can I do? What can I sell today to get the money for this bill? And you talking to me about, who are you even talking about? Do you want us to go walk up and talk to her? Like you seen her before I seen her. I didn't even see her. Do you want to holler at her? Like, come on, let's go. Let's go get her. Give her a compliment then, since you think she's so sexy, since you think she's so fine, go give her a compliment. So now look where your relationship at. Because you worrying about something that's inconsequential. You worrying about something that has nothing to do with nothing. And guess what? If your man looking lust, guess who he got the answer to? God. Guess who his blessings getting blocked by? God. Guess who his heart is defiled by? God. But guess who going home with him? You. Guess who's sleeping with him? You. Guess who getting their bills paid by him? You. A lady, she said something, and she said, Tony, on the last video you did on this, you said something, and she said it changed the way I looked at it. I can't find a comment right now, but she said, you said women always say that they don't believe men value sex, that men can have casual sex, that men can have sex without feelings attached. So if that's how we believe men feel about sex, then how insignificant does a man feel about a look? And that's 100% true. And I forgot I even said that because I just shoot these in the flow. But really think about that. It's a lot of women that it's women that say they okay with their man cheating as long as he cheat respectful. It's a lot of women will get mad with a woman and fight the woman for sleeping with their man, but they will stay with their man because they feel like, oh, that's just a little instrument in his pants. It don't mean nothing. She ain't got no love from him. He don't care about her. And a man will cheat on his woman and tell his woman, I don't care about her. She don't mean nothing to me. That just was set. It just was one time. It just was in and out. It don't even mean I ain't got no feeling for her. That ain't nothing. And women will believe that. Women will believe it. And guess what? It may be true. He don't have to have feelings for her. Yeah, he took a risk. He risked his life. So he lying about that. It's dangerous. He lying about that if he act like it ain't dangerous. But that don't mean he has feelings for her. It's women that I was with in my past that I don't remember their name. I don't remember their face. I don't remember nothing about it. So that is true that a man can be unattached, but we still do form a soul tie. It may just have different implications. It might not be as strong as others. Some will really remember and really feel, and some we won't really remember or really feel. It just depends on the circumstance that went into it. So think about that. So do you really think if a man sees a woman and she's sexy, beautiful, gorgeous, whatever term you using, hot, fine, you really think he gonna lose sleep over that? Like, you really think he just finna be like, wow, man, I can't function. I can't think. Like, wow. Now, if she absolutely dropped dead gorgeous to him, he might think on it for a minute. He might process like, man, where she come from? Who is she? What a mom and daddy look like? Well, do she got a boyfriend? What's she doing? He might get tripped up like that, but how often do you think he gonna see a woman like that? 1 out of 1,000. He not finna see a woman like that all the time, like every day, like he just walk around, ooh, 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 everybody look good, ooh, 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 ooh. No, we just not that attractive as humans. It's like all us struggling in one way or the other. Like, we just not walk around here looking just amazing. It just people just like, ooh, no, we struggling. We beat down for the most part. Like, we trying to get it together. Every last one of us. Ain't nobody walk around here and just got people falling out. So it's like the point of this, what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is get out your insecurity. Get out of your feelings. Stop worried about it. It was a lady that had a thing that said, what she said. A lady was talking about something in the gym. Let me find out. And she was saying, she said, thank you. I needed to hear this. And that right there, that's what this is about. It's about perspective. It's not about arguing. It's about helping you understand a different perspective. And it's going to make you uncomfortable because you're resting in your insecurity. You're resting in your preconceived notions. You're resting in your fears. You're resting in your worries. And that feels comfortable to be in that space and to have those beliefs. But when those things get shaken up and you are asked to grow and to evolve and to go to a higher level of living and existing, it's uncomfortable because it feels good to be insecure and worry about, is your person looking at somebody in a lustful way or not. It feels good to strike up that conversation, strike up that argument, and get that chemical release from the brain because you get to have some tension instead of just living your life and going on about your business, controlling what you can control. What can you control? Your eyes. You can't control your partner's eyes. Your partner not going to always be with you. So if you make a habit of worrying about what he or she is looking at when they're not with you, you're going to be going crazy because now you don't get to see whether they looking or not. And now you don't get to judge whether it's a normal look or a lustful look. So the point is to set yourself free so that you're not held captive to your assumptions, so that you're not held captive to your insecurity, so that you're not held captive to their perceived disrespect. And then if it's disrespect, you can address the disrespect. And if they won't change that and grow and evolve themselves, then you have the ability to leave. But guess what? You may be leaving the next 5, 10, 15, 20 men because every man is going to struggle with recognizing and seeing and looking at other women. Every single man. There's going to be men who learn how to look and when to look so that you don't catch them. But there's not going to be any men that's oblivious to the women passing by him. It's just not going to happen because he's not oblivious to the men passing by him. He's not oblivious to the small people that's passing by him. He's not oblivious to the large people that's passing by him. He's not oblivious to the children that's passing by him. He's not oblivious to the cars passing by him. A man notices everything. So if you get caught up worrying about whether this is a lustful look or not, you're going to be miserable. When you could just say, hey, I know who I am. I know the work that I put in. I know the value I add to this relationship. I know the value I add to his or her life. I know what I bring to the table. And if them getting a look gonna make them feel good or do what they do a little something for them, okay, God bless you. May the Lord convict your heart, convict your spirit, and get you together. But I'm not going to lose sleep. I'm not going to stress. I'm not finna argue with you. I'm not finna chase you. I'm not finna be eye-hawking you. I'm not finna do any of that and mess up my peace and joy. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to go above and beyond to be the absolute best I could be. And if I feel disrespected over and over and over, I'm going to address the disrespect. And if the disrespect don't get addressed, don't get changed and corrected, I'm up out of here because ain't no love here, ain't no respect here, and I'm not finna be subject to that. And guess what? That's your right. And if that means you end up single for the rest of your life, that's your right. So you have to realize, am I going to try to be the eye hawk, the eye police to make sure the person I'm with is only looking at people of their same gender and that they don't look in the direction or look at or lust at? Because you got to realize a man could look at a woman for 1 second and lust. A man could look at a woman with a normal look and be lusting. So you still losing if that's your barometer. If that's how you measuring things, you still losing. So it is futile and meaningless to worry about that because there's nothing we can control. And if we ask, what are you looking at? We're going to get lied to. If we ask, do you think that person is attractive? We're going to get lied to. If we ask, were you lusting? We're going to get lied to. So now you just wasted breath that you're going to wish you had on your deathbed. What purpose does it serve? We have to grow. We got to get our relationships out of the weeds. We got to get our mind out of the weeds, out of the gutter. We have to evolve. We have to go to the next level. We have bigger fish to fry in this relationship. We got bigger problems to be concerned with in this relationship than about who our partner is recognizing or looking at or lusting after. I remember hearing Tyra Banks say on an interview a long time ago, she said, I tell my man, you could look at other women or whatever, you could lust at other women, just come home and take that out on me. Bring that out on me. And I said, that's an interesting perspective. That is an interesting perspective. Now, if you not married, then okay, that's you in fornication. But if you married, I'm like, you know what? Cause it'll be times in marriage to where the woman gonna grab her husband, and she gonna rip his clothes off. And they finna make love like never before. That woman could have been reading a steamy book and had a dream of a man with no face or a man with a face. And then her husband benefited from it. You know what I'm gonna say? Lord, thank you for turning what the devil meant for evil into good. See, I used to worry about that. I used to lose sleep about that. Oh, I wonder if my wife dreaming about another man. I wonder if my wife got a soul tie with her ex-boyfriend and she dreaming about her ex-boyfriend because I had this kind of dream or I had this kind of thought. I wonder if my wife having that. And then I had to realize, like, listen, man, I can't control none of that. I'm taking up mental capacity, time and space, energy and effort in my life trying to worry about something I can't control and trying to worry about something that I'm going to get lied to about if I ask. And then guess what? My wife's mind may be nowhere near that, and me bringing it up out of insecurity now puts her mind on it. Now her mind is thinking about it. Now it's on her mind because I brought it up. She could have not recognized the man, and I brought him up. So now she's looking at me with a side eye like, is you gay? How is you recognizing all of these quote-unquote handsome men? And I ain't even seeing these men. I saw 1 out of 10 of them. Do you like men? Think about this. Think about this. And I'm going to tell you something. It's been a handful of times in my marriage where my wife has looked at me when she seen a big booty. And every other time that a big booty has been around us and she have not said nothing, it made me like her more. It made me like her more and care less about that booty because I'm like, man, I got a real woman. I got a mature woman. I got a confident woman. I got a trusting woman. You know what? This the kind of woman I want to be pure for. This the kind of woman I want to reward with eye faithfulness, with gaze faithfulness. Eye gaze. I ain't saying G-A-Y-S. I'm saying G-A-Z-E. This the kind of woman I want to be 100% faithful to, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, because she trusts me, because she confident, because she locked in on us. She not worried about another woman. She ain't letting another woman steal our joy. She not letting another woman take up rent-free space in her head. She not letting another woman booty interrupt our date day or our date night and ruining our conversation and starting an argument because of her unhealed insecurity. Because she worrying about whether it's normalized or not, whether looking is normalized or not. You can't worry about that. You got to worry about you because you don't get to say whether it's normalized or not. And this lady here, she said, thank you. I needed to hear this. I have been guilty of thinking my man is looking at women, especially at the gym when we are training. And guess what? Your man might have been looking at other women at the gym while y'all training, but what comes of it? It's like, okay, he looked at another woman. Is that going to pay y'all bill? Is that going to divorce y'all or break y'all up? Is he on the treadmill? Like, it ain't nothing coming out in his pants. Like, he get nothing from it. The mind ain't even that visual, because even if he wanted to lust, it's like he can't even barely vision a dream to make $1 million. So what is him trying to envision this woman? His body ain't gonna get no release from that. So you see how it's futile. But this is what the devil uses to trip up our relationship and to sow seeds of doubt, to sow seeds of discord, to start arguments, and to rip away, tear away at the fabric of the relationship through minute things that are inconsequential. And my mood totally changes. And I can get quite hostile with my man. I needed this message to help me. Thank you. This is the purpose of these videos. Not to normalize lust, but to help you change your perspective on these everyday things and take control of your heart and your mind. And this lady got 0 likes. Her seeing the light, her looking within, her having introspection got 0 likes. And then the woman who said we are two beings, however, the beg to differ spirit got 48 likes. The one who says no, basically say, no, I'm gonna worry about what he looking at because he looking to lust. The root of him looking at, how do you know what the root is for a man if you're not a man? He could be looking at the woman because he thinks she got a suicide bomb. He see the way she walking is a little awkward. It look like something strapped to her body. And he could be looking extra hard because of that. And he getting ready to go over there and take her head off because she finna to blow the whole mall up. But you think he looking because he lusting, because you believe that the root of a man looking is to lust. When that's not always true. It might be true if it's a woman that if a man, the root of a man looking is to lust, you gonna be able to look at that woman and tell. But it ain't that many women. That's why it's so many single women, because men are looking for something that don't exist. It's a lot of beautiful, successful, God-fearing single women that is single, and they like, how am I still single? And that's because the man don't see her, because he might be thinking of something else. He might be focusing on his bills. He not even, a lot of women tell me, Tony, men don't even approach anymore. That lets you know a man preoccupied, that these men ain't lusting as much as you think they lusting. That the root of these men looking ain't as much lust as you thought it was, because y'all ain't even getting approached. Men ain't even shooting they shot at you like that no more. So what is these men thinking about? I'm going to tell you, a lot of men thinking like, well, I wonder if her booty real. It's probably a BBL, probably a tummy tuck, probably lipo. Probably ain't none of that real. She got on fake lashes. She got on drawed on eyebrows. She got fake hair in. So her booty probably fake. And her stomach probably is a tummy tuck. I bet she got one of them long rosary tattoos all the way across her belly line, covering up the scar. That's what a man thinking. That's what he thinking. In this day and age, he not, ooh, I want to sleep with her. 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 Because if that was the case, it'll be a lot more women getting hollered at. It'll be a lot more women that's like, Tony, I'm walking around, it's 10 men they shot at me. I hear that from about 1 out of 1,000 women say she getting approached nonstop by men. 1 out of 1,000 women say that. And it's typically because of her body or just her aura. And a lot of times it be a little bit of seducing spirit on her that she can't control, that she didn't necessarily ask for or make it up, but it just on her. She just got that aura to her. And men just be approaching her. And she might be any kind of complexion, any kind of height, any kind of weight. But some women just got that on them that it just draw a man to them. But most women don't have that. And so a man could see you, actually think you pretty, and keep walking. And a lot of y'all can attest to that. But listen, though, here go the spirit of beg to differ. Got 48 likes. Because people want to stay comfortable in their insecurity and in their preconceived notions. And that right there is what break you down. And so you got to realize this. And then the lady who had a light bulb moment, she got 0 likes. I was the first person to like it. And I put a heart on it because she got out of the video what the purpose of the video is. The purpose of the videos is to help you evolve, to help you grow, to help you stretch, to help you change your way of thinking from a self-defeating or a negative or insecure way of thinking to a victorious, overcoming, triumphant way of thinking. Regardless of whether your man is lusting or not, what he eat ain't gonna make you boo-boo. How he live, how he serve, ain't gonna determine whether you go to heaven or hell or not. So regardless of whether he looking to lust or not, that should not be of your concern because he has to answer for that. His life is going to be a product of that. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with your eternity. But what will have to do with your eternity, if you keep allowing your heart to go into a place of insecurity, anger, frustration, worry, fear, you're releasing cortisol into your bloodstream and it's killing you slowly because you are not confident enough to love yourself and to not care about whether your man is looking at another woman to lust or not, knowing that you have no control over that. And it doesn't matter what you say to him. If he wants to look in lust, he's going to look in lust. He is a grown man. So the only thing you can do is choose to leave or stay. And you're not going to leave a man. Let's be real. You're not going to break up with a man because he looked at another woman and you felt like he lust. Let's be real. You're not going anywhere. You're not finna you're not finna be a single mom because your man is looking at other women. You're not finna have to go through the child support court. You're not finna have to have stomach aches and can't eat and sleep because of the soul tie tearing your stomach up. You got diarrhea on the job because your man looked at another woman. You're not going nowhere. You're gonna stay because you done been cheated on and stayed. You done been yelled at and stayed. You done been cussed at and stayed. You done been lied to and stayed. You're not going anywhere. So what you gonna do? You're gonna be in a relationship trying to control the uncontrollable from you. He can control it, but you can't control it. He could make a decision, but you can't make that decision for him. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna stay in a relationship and you're gonna make yourself miserable. Because you're trying to control his eyes, you're trying to control his heart, and you're trying to control his mind instead of you controlling what you can control and setting yourself free. See, a lot of times women think that me giving you the game to have liberation in your life is me excusing a man's behavior. That's not the case. What I understand is that I cannot change that man. My words cannot change that man. My little YouTube video cannot change that man because he already know if he's looking to lust that he's in the wrong. He already knows that and he's choosing to do that. He is choosing to have to answer to God for his heart's posture. There is nobody that can change that because he is grown and musky and he knows what he's doing. So you griping and complaining, you crying and worrying, that's not going to change him. That's going to make you weaker. It's going to make you less attractive. It's going to make him resent you and look down on you. And it's going to make him leave you for a woman who is confident and knows who she is. So what you wanted, you end up not getting because you ran him off because half of the time you was accusing him of lusting, he wasn't even lusting. So the times that you accuse him of lusting and he was lusting, he don't even count that because of all the times you call him a lie. Because a person only need one time to make your never or your always be inadequate, insufficient, and inappropriate. That's why you taught in communication, never use the word you always do this or you never do this, because they gonna be able to think of the one time that they did do that, what you say they didn't do, or that they didn't do what you say they always do. And they're going to be able to hang their hat on that and they're going to win the argument because they're going to be able to, you said I never do this. I just did that last week for you. You say I always do this. I ain't do that last week. So now everything you trying to argue is out the window because you said never or always. So the one time that you accused him of lusting and he didn't see that woman, he was looking past her, looking through her. Now you done lost all credibility. Now when you catch him, he able to turn you into a lie because of the time that you was a lie. It's futile. You stuck in the weeds. It's worthless. Grow. Change. Stop worrying about what you can't control. Stop worrying about what you don't understand. Stop losing sleep over it. And I remember I asked my wife, and this is somebody who live in complete freedom. Live in complete freedom. Live in complete joy, complete bliss. I asked my wife one time, I said, baby, why don't you trip about me, like when I'm on the road and I'm doing seminars with women and I'm around women and I have meetings with women. I said, why don't you trip on that? I said, why aren't you blowing my phone up? Why aren't you calling me nonstop? Why aren't you making me get on FaceTime and show you my entire room and show up under the bed and show in the bathroom and pull the curtain back like some of my pro athletes say they girlfriend make them do? And she said, because if you cheat on me or if you lusting at another woman, that's your loss. I'm not finna stress myself out and lose sleep over something that I can't control. But if you do that, it's eventually gonna come out and you're gonna lose me, and that's gonna be your loss. That's the kind of woman that make us chase her. That's the kind of woman that make us fall in love. So when you wonder why my wife don't have to work, why she get thousands of dollars a month to spend, why she get to do the businesses or the ventures or whatever she want to do, and when you wonder why a woman get this soft life, if you got a man and you got the hard life, it's because of her mindset. It's because of her approach. It's because of her confidence. So that if a man is able to give her the soft life, he gonna give it to her because she create peace and not stress and worry. She not trying to control what she can't control. She not worrying about what she can't change herself. She doing what she can do in her power, and she leaving the rest up to her man to grow and to evolve and to change. And she getting his attention by focusing on what she has to focus on. See, when you chase, we run. When you pull back, we come. Meaning when you nagging, insecure, jealous, worried, stressing, all of that, you gonna push the man away. But when you locked in and you focus on you and you not worried about his eyes and what he might be thinking and what he might be, you ain't focus on all that. You focus on you building you, brains, brand, body. You focus on your 3 B's, you loving you. That man finna get so into you because he gonna be wondering, why is she so locked in? Like, why is she not chasing me? Why is she not insecure? Why is she not jealous? Why is she not questioning what I'm looking at? Because every man has a database of comparison. So he remembers, he knows that most women are watching his eyes when they walking past other women. So when he meet a woman who not watching his eyes when he walking past other women, he's like, whoa, she different. Oh, she rare. Oh, she special. Oh, this the one I want. She ain't like the rest of these women. This woman love herself. This woman working on herself. This woman mind, body, and spirit. This woman brain, brand, body. This woman got it all. This woman is really her. All the way her. This woman know who she is. She not insecure and keep questioning me about this and that and third. She locked in and focused. Oh, I got to chase her. Oh, I want her. So you got to understand the dynamics of the psychology of a relationship, and that you losing while you tripping and stressing and worrying out and flipping out and spazzing and going crazy and all. Oh, you were looking at her booty. I see you. I know you was. I see you. Because now all he going to do is say, you think he going to say, yeah, you're right. Man, you caught me red-handed. Man, you so right. And right when you slapped me, I was just finna slip that thing in my vision. Man, you caught me. Congratulations. Yeah, you want a cookie? You want me to take you to Crumble Cookies and get you a cookie because you were Sherlock Holmes? You were Matlock, you were Colombo today, and you won. Oh, congratulations. No, he finna deny it to no end. Y'all finna be arguing for the rest of the day. Now, there went your hugs, there went your kisses, there went your chemistry, there went your good conversation. And you let a woman that don't know you, don't care about you, will never know you, will never care about you, was minding her own business, come in and destroy your relationship in a day. Because of your insecurity, because you trying to worry about what he looking at and if he lusting or not. And you losing. And so guess what? And if your man is like that, you got to put the same perspective to him. Let him watch this video and say, watch this video and invert this video. And think about this. And if anybody actually listen to this video to learn and to grow and to change and to realize I'm giving you this advice from a 17-year marriage that is healthy, 100% healthy and happy, and I'm giving you one of our secrets, is personal confidence and not being insecure and controlling the controllable, which all you can control is you. Like right now, my wife could be doing whatever she want to do. I can't control that. But if she doing something she ain't supposed to be doing, guess what? What's done in the dark gonna come to the light. And vice versa. My wife, while I'm on here doing this video, she have not texted me. She not calling me. She not saying, hey, where you at? What you doing? Is somebody at your office? Are you in there with a woman? She ain't saying none of that. And she know sometimes women come to the office. I have meetings. I have in-office sessions. It was one of my clients was here last week. One of my clients, some of my clients got the key. This is a co-working space. They could come and co-work. My wife ain't coming up here popping in. Let me see. And I could literally be in here and have a woman on my desk when I doing only God knows what. And my wife ain't bit more word about it than the man on the moon. So what does that do to me? That make me wonder about her. That make me want to sniff her booty. That make me, when I say that, I'm using the term a lot of the dog. You know how when a dog get up to another dog, it's to be sniffing the other dog booty. That make me want to follow behind her. That make her more attractive to me. That was like, what's she doing? Why she ain't worried about who I got up here on this desk wearing them out? Like, why she ain't popping up here just randomly? Why she ain't doing this? Why she ain't doing that? Like, what she got going on? Let me see where she at. Let me look at the tracker on the phone. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me look at my location. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not doing none of that. You know why I'm not doing none of that? Because I got the same mindset. So we have adopted this mindset of confidence, not insecurity, not worrying, not chasing. The mindset is control the controllables. Worry about yourself. Worry about your mental space and know that if your partner doing wrong, God is going to convict them or he's going to expose them for your safety, for your sanity. And that's what you got to realize and understand. And once you realize and understand that, you will have freedom. You will have freedom and your connections, your relationships will go to the next level. Because, it's some people that same insecurity bleeds over into every relationship in their life. They have a friend of the same sex and they will get jealous of their friend being friends with another person, hanging out with another person because of that insecurity that has gone unchecked. There are people who will get jealous of their parent talking to their other sibling or get jealous of their other siblings hanging out together and not hanging with them because of that insecurity that has gone unchecked. Instead of knowing who you are, knowing what you are, knowing whose you are, knowing where you going, where you coming from, and what you bring to the table and what you could get up and take away. And when you know that about yourself, you become a force to be reckoned with. The same thing when you step on your job. If you worried about who else getting a raise, who else getting a promotion, who else the manager or the supervisor or the boss or the CEO is talking to, you're losing. Because now you frowning or fake smiling. You've lost your joy. You lost the pep in your step because you got a spirit of comparison, because you got a spirit of insecurity, and because you always worrying about what somebody else is doing, what somebody else is getting, what somebody else is thinking, how somebody else is getting ahead, and you not worrying about your personal power. This is deeper than just a man with wandering eyes. It's deeper than that. That same emotion, that same short thinking, that same belief system is going to affect you in every area of your life. It's going to trickle over. You're going to be mad and competing and worried about every little thing because of a low thinking mindset. Because you caught up worried about the wrong thing. And that's why you're going to be losing. So listen, get your mind right. Get your mind right. Get your life right. Get it together. Get it together so you could go to the next level. And trust me when I tell you, it's going to be beautiful. It is going to be so freeing. Man, when I tell you it's going to be so freeing, you ain't going to know what hit you. You're going to be like, what in the world? This thing so freeing. This thing feels so good. My goodness. Man, to not be worrying about this. Man, to not be thinking about this. Wow, okay. To just know that if it's something I need to find out, it's going to come to light. And then what you're going to experience from the people in your life is you're going to realize now you're magnetic. Now you're going to realize because you're operating from your personal power and you have confidence and not insecurity and jealousy and worry and doubt, you're going to realize more people come to you. More people are attracted to you. More people want to talk to you. More people want to be around you. More people want to be in your space, be in your circle, be your friend because of your personal power. Because you're not wagging your tongue out your mouth, worrying about what a man looking at, what he could possibly be lusting at, what he could possibly be thinking. Because if you could find personal power there in your relationship, everywhere else in your life is going to be easy to have personal power because you don't care about your coworkers and your friends and outside family and all of that as much as you care about your spouse, your partner, who you got to sleep with, reproduce with, or raise kids with, adopt kids, or live with, be with 24 hours a day on y'all days off. You don't care about nobody else in your life as much as you care about them. So when you could tap into your personal power with them, when you could be confident and secure with them, when you could let what's gonna be, meaning let them come upon their harvest or their famine based on their input and their actions. Let that show up and show you for itself what's gonna happen in their life. Let that show up and you will see. Look and see what blessings and favor they get. That'll tell you how they live in their life, where they heart at and what they doing. That'll tell you everything you need to know. And then you're going to see it. So you got to realize that. You got to realize that. And I want you to think about it and get in your spirit and stop giving your power away. Stop worrying about what your man or woman is doing. And know that you can't control that. But what you need to know, you're going to know. And once you start to realize and understand that, your life going to change for the better. So I want you to realize this. This ain't about, a man being given the right and the free will to look and to lust. This ain't about that. Because he got agency over his own life. This is about you reclaiming your freedom. Where is your mind? Where is your heart? What are you thinking? What you feeling? What you going through? What's happening on the internal on you? Because you might be strong enough not to even say nothing to the man when it feel like he's looking at another woman. But now just because you worried about that, you just release cortisol in your bloodstream. And if he is looking and lusting, he just released serotonin or dopamine or oxytocin in his bloodstream, so he feeling good. But because you don't have control of your mind, something that you can control of your confidence, you releasing cortisol and you dying slowly. because of your mental state. So get this in your spirit now. And listen, we going into a space where these messages going to be uncomfortable. You might have to unsubscribe and come back when you grow. These messages going to be uncomfortable, but I'm going to tell you the truth that's going to take you to the next level because I already went there. So all I'm telling you is the lessons I learned to get to the next level of freedom, of clarity, spiritual liberty. Hey, keep your head up. Make sure you get over to Tony Gasson Academy to mark your calendars. November 29th, 10 a.m. Eastern. God bless you. We'll talk soon.